Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, just a quick one really. I wanted to follow up on my video I did yesterday about the interview with Cirilla and the new things that were planned for 2021-2022. Yesterday was more about just sharing with you what's coming, what they're talking about, the type of things they're doing back office. This is going to be more about the elephant in the room. And there's probably several. It's like I'm squeezed in the corner and I'm getting squashed by the elephants, because I think there was like maybe 3 big ticket items which didn't get any airtime at all in that interview. And honestly, if they're not even being planned within a year from now, then that's pretty damn shocking. So just going back to the notes, there was one which apparently was discussed but just didn't get onto the kind of top 20 odd list, and that was around dupe system. So a bit further down here, I can't understand the video because it's in Russian, so I didn't watch it myself, but someone said here, you've forgotten to mention dupes, blah blah blah. And then someone else says there was info in the video description. It was mentioned that developers are preparing a big complex solution, as what is good for new players is not good for old players with dupes. Decision will be presented at the end of the summer or early autumn. So we've seen a couple of things batted around dupes. They were pretty heavily criticised, if I'm honest. But we've been talking about a dupe system now for a long time. Honestly, for me, I've got a ton of dupes, but it's not really for me, because there's not really anything in the game which is a challenge right now. Yeah, look, if they decide to enhance the power of a champion with a dupe, well, I'll tell you now, I'm going to have an absolute beast of a whirlim. But I don't think that's really the right way to go. And therefore, you end up with kind of some sort of system which just turns your current dupes into a new champion, or perhaps gives you fragments towards fragment collector champions or something like that. But obviously, they're struggling with a solution, because what they don't want to do is just give out champions willy-nilly and boost people's rosters. They want you to buy shards. That's one of their biggest cash drivers. Yeah. So the dupe system thing, they are spending a lot of time on it, too much time, and really it needs to be something that comes to the game soon. So that was one that was kind of glaringly obvious to me that was missing, but apparently there was some chat about it. Now, the second one for me that is massively missing is the book situation. Now, on my main account, I get content creator perks, and I have been doing now for whatever it is, like 18 months. So I do get books, okay? It's no secret. I get books. It's part of the thing, being a tier 3 creator. I get legendary books and epic books every week, which means that I can showcase champions and all that type of stuff. I've spent way more money on books and bought more books than I've been given, easily. Certainly in the past, I don't spend as much now, but I definitely, like within the first year of being a content creator, pretty much book packs was the main things that I bought. So I know that if you guys are trying to boost your account and you're not a creator, then chances are books is the kind of highest spend level for you. I know that. We need somewhere in this game to farm books. On my free-to-play account, I cannot book my champions, and I'm scared to book my champions. And most of the champions that they're bringing into the game, there's this kind of creep towards more books, firstly, but also nearly every skill needing books to be effective, to gain its effectiveness. So there's way less champions now where you can kind of get away with just not booking. And I was hoping to see on this kind of list of things that were coming some PvE content, perhaps unlock this bad boy, the Sky Peak, unlock this bad boy, and for it to be somewhere where you farm pages of books as a new PvE dungeon. There's nothing about that. They do talk about new PvE content, but most of it's kind of geared towards Hydra Boss. Hydra Boss, by the way, I hope is really cool. And maybe that will be somewhere where you can farm pages of a book or a book. I don't know. But at the moment, it's still a massive issue. And it's a massive elephant in the room that is not being talked about in the kind of upcoming features of the game. Because it's huge. It's huge. For me, the biggest issues right now are time in the game. And they do talk about that a bit. I'm going to talk about it a bit more. Time in the game, books, silver. Yeah, those 3 are probably like the biggest. And dupe system, 4 biggest issues for me in the game right now. So they talked about one in terms of time. But all they really talk about, from what I see, is, you know, potentially letting you run a dungeon twice in effect whilst you're running it once. so you get 2 rewards instead of 1. And I think I saw first, I don't know where this originated from, but I saw first from Ash, actually, that if there's key content like this, once you've completed it once that day, they should let you auto-complete the rest of the battles for that day. So if I've got 15 keys, it's going to take me probably, I mean, does it tell me how long I took for this? Time, no, but it was probably like 5 minutes or something. So 15 keys, 5 minutes. You're talking over an hour of grinding. Yeah? Once I've completed it once today, let me auto-battle the rest of those keys. And when we say key content, you've also got faction wars is the same. Yeah, once I've completed a level once that day, let me hit auto for the rest of the day. And that will actually cut down a lot of time. A lot of time. I guess same with Clan Boss, really. But yeah, any key content, I wish they would just let us auto-battle the rest of the keys for the day as like a minimum starter. But yeah, so books, major issue, and it's not being talked about. Dupe system, kind of got a bit of airtime, but no real plans, like no real detail around what's coming yet. And we've been talking about it now for over a year at least. Time in the game, they've given some airtime to, but they don't really seem to have the kind of real facts about it. The last one for me is Silver. So Silver, for me as an endgame player, it's not that bad. You know what? Sometimes I'm up at 100 million. I regear a team, I'm back down at 50 million. Sometimes I start at 50, I regear a team, I'm down at 0. But I can get my Silver back kind of quick. On my new account, my free-to-play account, less than 30 days in, Silver is a massive struggle. I didn't get one of these accounts. Apparently you can get an account nowadays where you can change gear around for free if you're a new player. I'm on the other side of the fence. For some reason, my account doesn't have that. It's like a test thing they're doing. Some they do, some they don't. And my account doesn't have it. And as a new player, I am absolutely struggling for Silver day in, day out. I'm scared to level stuff up. There's not any kind of successful grind of Silver in the game for a newer player. I'm not in a position yet that I can get myself up to, late level Spider here and be blowing away Spider to get my Silver up. And generally the pieces that I even get from Spider right now, they're all keepers because I don't really have that much to play around with. So, there needs to be a Silver mine or something like that, just like almost like an AFK sparring pit style piece of content where gem mine style piece of content where you unlock it, maybe you unlock it with gems to start with, but then it continuously pays you back. Whenever you log in on a daily basis, you get 10,000, 100,000, a million, whatever. Depends what level you are, but you do get some Silver coming in on a regular basis. So for me, that's the kind of the real elephants in the room. I hope there's something going on for all of these areas, and I'm just kind of not got the detail of it. But books for sure, Silver for sure, time in the game, absolutely. They all need to be addressed, as well as doing these kind of content pieces as well. Otherwise, they're just going to lose players. I've been Hell Hades. I will see you later.